Welcome back, everybody. It, for me, has been a while. For you, it has not. Excuse how I sound. I have been down bad with a cold in the midst of getting better, but the grind never stops. So here we are. I got something for you. We have a little book haul, and the thing is, I was not on like an official like book buying ban necessarily. However, I have too many books. Surprise, we knew that. And in my mind I was kind of like, okay, maybe I shouldn't buy more books. So I didn't for quite a while. Like, honestly, I think since my holiday in September, October-ish time. And so very proud of that. But then Black Friday came around and I thought about getting a Kindle. And honestly, please share in the comments if you're a Kindle person, if you think it's worth it. Like, I would have gotten the basic one anyway, because like, I don't know, like I've had not a Kindle but like a, it's not a knockoff, but it's from like the German version of Waterstones. Basically, they have like their own version of like a Kindle basically, and I had that when I was a child. I don't know, like a young teen, I don't know, like maybe like 12ish, I don't know. And I remember I almost never used it and I didn't really love it. I think it's somewhere in a box somewhere in this household. And so for the longest time I was like, I will never get a Kindle, because like, what is the point? I basically had a Kindle, more or less, and I never used it and didn't like it. And I love to have like a physical copy and, you know, like have the actual book in my hand and be the person like in the bus who like pulls out the book from her bag. And I don't know, but then they were kind of on sale and I had been thinking about it, and the new matcha one is so pretty, like so pretty. And so I was kind of like, maybe I should. And then I made the very adult decision that if I still wanted one by the time my birthday is gonna come around, which is in summer, so it's a long time until then, I was like, if I still want it, then I'll get myself one, like as a birthday present to myself. But then I know it's like a valid choice, and I have been like thinking it out and done the research. Like, I've done the research, you know, I've spent like the whole like Black Friday week doing my research. So that was the very grown-up nice decision I have made. But then I was kind of like, do I get a Kindle? Do I buy books? Do I do both? Or none of it at all? And then I decided against a Kindle, for the reason I just told you. And then I was kind of like, yeah, but I could buy books, because like, why not? So I did buy books. We have literally like kind of like two different packages, I guess you could say, where honestly I think we will start with my secondhand books, because I bought like secondhand books and then new ones as well. We start with the secondhand books because like, why not? And this is, I don't know if anyone knows this outside of Germany, but I love to buy books online, and the website is called Mediumobs. I don't know. And I've had like a very good experience with them so far. I have a lot of my poetry books are from there. What else? The 50 Shades of Grey books I never read are from there. Just like stuff like that. Kind of like books where I'm like, they would be nice to have, but it's not like a super favorite, I need to have this in this edition, you know. I like to get them there a little cheaper and like a bit more, I guess, environmentally friendly, because like it's secondhand or like third hand, God knows. And so far with the condition, I have always been very lucky. So they had, you can technically purchase new books through the website as well, but like I never do that because like I can just order from like my bookstore. And so I always just get used books there, and they had 15% Black Friday sale, or like 50% off only the used books. And so I took the chance. But let's start it. that was a long intro. That was like 5 minutes or something. So let's just get there. Let's start. The first book I have is What My Mother and I Don't Talk About. And number one, it's pink. Why would I not want this? Then I feel like I've seen this a million times, but like I never really put thought into it. And I stumbled across it recently again. This one, honestly, the condition is good. The spine is not broken. It has like a little like rib here on the back, but I don't really care. And I've seen this and I thought about like getting it new, but it was like, I don't know the price, but it was like kind of on the more expensive-ish side. And I was kind of like, I'm not gonna pay 20 bucks for a paper bag. Like, who am I? No. And so I did my fair little bit of research because I looked like my local bookstore also had 15% off. So I was kind of like, do I get it there with 15%? Is it like cheaper than getting it like used with 15% and all that kind of stuff? Is it cheaper to get on Amazon? All that kind of stuff. And so I got the used version because like might as well. And I feel like that might be a book to like annotate or take notes, maybe not, I don't know. So it was like specifically then, I don't care if it's like a used book. And yeah, I'm like very like interested to see what this is about. It's like 15 writers break the silence, and they each have like, I think like their own chapter where they like share a story or like an experience. And I'm very interested to see this because I feel like it is so common these days to, not to blame parents only, definitely not, but like I feel like maybe out of like all of my friends, I feel like at least 70%, if not more, probably more, have like trouble with at least one of their parents in some capacity for very different reasons and very different situations, of course. And so I feel like this might be very interesting to see how maybe you can relate or not relate at all, and it's like such a foreign theme sometimes. So yeah, very happy to have this and to read it hopefully next year. We'll see how it goes. Then I got a little fail, kind of ish. I got Pizza Girl, which I had never seen or heard of before. I told my best friend about it. She was like, oh, I've seen this everywhere, like if you've read it, like let me know what you think. And I had all of my books in my cart online and I was about to check out. I was kind of like, well, like one more book won't hurt. And then this wasn't like the recommendations, and I just saw the cover and it was like pink. It was like Pizza Girl. I was like, oh, girl, pizza, pink, you know. So I got it, but it's the German version, which is not bad. I mean, I am German, so it's like fine, but I thought this was like the English version. I don't even know why, but the thing is, I looked up the English versions and I think there is the same cover in English, but it's not like the most common one. And there's like a second one that I really hate. It's really ugly in my opinion, but you know. So yeah, that was quite the experience when I got the package and opened it a few weeks ago. And honestly, this is also something, I have not touched these books since they came here. I just opened the box, had a look in, and like put them to the side because I wanted to share with you. But yeah, so that was quite the experience when I was like, oh yeah, I got the book, and then I was like, this is German. But it is what it is. It happens. I don't mind. And honestly, it's not that long, like 200 and something pages, and it's German, and I read like a bit faster in German than I do in English. And so this should be quite the quick read, which I think is nice, because I feel like sometimes you need like a pick-me-up, like short read to get back on track, you know. So I got this, and then it's kind of giving like self-help, but I got 2 books by the same author. I got The Mountain Is You and 101 Essays That Will Change the Way You Think, and both of them I have seen a million times. Thought about buying a million times, and I never did because they're expensive. Like, those are paperbacks, both of them. This one is a bit chunky, this one is not that chunky, and I genuinely am not about to pay 20 bucks and up for one single paperback. That is not me. this is not gonna happen. So it didn't happen, and I waited, and I had both of them and a lot more of the books that will come still on my list for a while. Like I have like a bookish like Amazon list, and I stumbled across that in like the week of Black Friday, because I was like, let's go through all of my lists and see if anything I want is like on sale. And so I stumbled across this list, and I was like, oh true, I wanted to get those, but they were not really that like that much cheaper, not on Amazon, not anywhere else. And so I was like, I might as well get like the used versions, and I cannot complain. Like this has the slightest, honestly it's not even really noticeable, and it's not a full crack. It's like you know, it's like a, if you look very closely you can see there's like a bit going on the spine. This one is not cracked on the spine at all. And yeah, so I got both of these. Like I said, it's kind of giving self-help. The thing is, I wanted them for years. I've seen them so many times, and I feel like it's always, I don't know, like good to have like a different perspective. And also I think it's a good thing to read them now, having been on the journey for a long while, because I feel like if I would have gotten any of those books a couple years ago, I feel like I would have been like too easily influenced and just like would have probably believed anything anyway. And now the critical thinking skills came through. And so I don't know, I feel like it's more helpful in a way, because you really can dissect what is good for you and what isn't. So very excited to read those. Maybe I have to do like a 1 essay each day thing, because then I could be through it in like 3.5 months, which is a long time for a book, but like for like on the side 1 story a day, that's not bad. So we'll see how it goes. But yeah, got these. And then I have a little collection of poetry books, and like kind of also self-help, I don't know. All of them have been on my list as well for a long while, and honestly I love poetry books. And it's not like the real good like deep poetry books, it's like the Instagram story poetry books. Those, I talked about this previously. Like the concept of kind of like Insta story poetry, like is that even poetry, like whatever. So I'm more critical of these than I was a couple years ago, but still I like them, and it's like a nice pick-me-up. And like I look at this more, it's more like little motivational quotes than like poetry, like half of them anyway. But yeah, they have also been on this like Amazon list I had. I mean I still do, but now it's like a little shorter. So I have those. We have A Gentle Reminder, which honestly I thought was bigger. I don't know, that was my fault. Yeah, but I got this. It's been on my list for a while. It's not really poetry necessarily. Those are like a bit like the, I don't know if you can see this, but like little longer text, and not just like 5 words. It's like, ooh, it's a poem now. But yeah, also I think it's very like a gentle reminder. I feel like it's something we need sometimes. And also on the back it says take what you need, and I think that's such a sweet like concept. So I'm very intrigued to see if I actually like this, or if I was like, this is gonna be so great. No, I haven't. I'm like, this is kind of bullshit, but we will see how it goes. Then I have The Strength in Our Scars, which I don't know why I thought was low-key from the same author, because I feel like with the goldish thing on the cover, they like reminded me of one another, the books. But yeah, it's not. This also has like a bit like longer longer bits and sections, but yeah, very intrigued for that as well. It also says, I feel like that is such a sweet, I never noticed that, and I don't know if all like poetry-ish books do that, but like this says on the back, take what you need, and this says you are not broken, you're becoming. So it's kind of like this little like reminder. Yeah, so I got this, and then I have 3 poetry books all by the same author, and we have When He Leaves You, You'll Come Back to Yourself, and Please Love Me at My Worst. And the funny thing is, specifically Please love me at my worst and you'll come back to yourself. I feel like I've seen quotes from there, probably half of them anyway, so there's not really a point of buying these, but I feel like I have seen so many quotes on TikTok and everywhere else. You know those videos where it's kind of like they show the book and it's like, you need to read this today, and then they like open a random page and it's the quote. Those videos, you know what I'm talking about. So yeah, but I was like kind of intrigued and I kind of liked them always, or like for the most part anyway. And so I saw she has like When He Leaves You as well. This was a bit thicker than those two, but yeah, so I got them. And also I feel like I haven't bought poetry books in such a long time, so it was much needed. And also, if you know me a little bit, and I hope some of you do, you know I love to use those books as like a pick-me-up to read something if I'm like in a reading slump, because it's like a quick read, it's not that many words, not that many pages, and I don't know, you feel like you accomplished something in like a kind of like short amount of time, and that half the time at least motivates me to actually read something like a novel or something. So I felt like that was like a win-win kind of to get them. Also I love, like, I mean this one has like a design on the back, but like the front covers are like so like nice and simple, which I love. So that was my used books, but I got more because like why stop there? So yeah, let's go to part 2. I browsed my what is that called? Kind of like my wish list, but not on Amazon, but like the German version of Waterstones. It's called Thalia. Make of that what you want. Anyway, so I browsed my list and the website and everything else and compared like prices and everything I wanted and whatever. And we have 5 more books, and one of them I wanted for so long. It's gonna be the last one I show you because it's so pretty. I love it. But yeah, so we have People Person, which I feel like I have seen a couple times. I love the cover, by the way. Like, this is so pretty. Yeah, I've seen this, I feel like so many times, and I don't know, like it kind of stood out to me. It was on my list, and so I stumbled across it on the website again. I was like, true, this, like I wanted this, and so 50% off, I bought this, and I'm very excited to read it. And it's like, it is so pretty, like the colors and everything. Love, love, love it. This, then we have Honey and Spice, which I have seen on TikTok so much, and recently I started, you know how when you like save something on TikTok you can technically kind of like categorize and have like a folder, like put them in there. I never did that, and I still don't do it for like every TikTok I save, but I started doing that with kind of like book recommendations, like book videos recently, because like I'm so forgetful, and if I don't have like a screenshot or like something I can like go back to, I will forget. That's just as simple as it is. And so I was kind of like, maybe I should like save them in like one place. And of course usually I would save the TikTok anyway, but I have so many TikToks saved, it's embarrassing. Honestly, the amount is embarrassing. But I know if I saved that like 4 weeks ago, I will not find that. I will not find that. So I started to have like a book section, and I have seen this so much anyway, and I had it in my hand a couple times of like the past like year, 2 years maybe, and there were so many moments I was like, I want to buy this, and then I never did. I don't even know why, but like I never did. And so now I finally took the chance and I got it, and it is so pretty, and I'm so excited to read this, honestly. Like I've heard such good reviews about this that like I needed to have this, and now I do. It's a bit not super chunky, but like 430 pages, so out of my 250 350 comfort zone. But it is what it is. And honestly, it's like the kind of like orangey yellow and like red color. It's like such a simple design, but it's like so pretty. I love it. Also, mine got like a little dirty in delivery, so I have to see if I can get rid of that. Like, I don't know if you can see that, but like on the white rating it's like kind of like dirty-ish, which I hate, but love that I have this book. And then we have two more pretty books before we get to the really pretty one. We have Dear Dolly on Love, Life, and Friendship, which I've seen a lot. Like, generally, goddamn, speaking is hard. Dolly Alderton books, I have seen a couple, especially on TikTok, and like book talk and like YouTube and stuff. And there's like another one which I don't remember the title of, but it looks like similar to this. And I wanted to have the other one all the time, and I still don't. And then I stumbled across this, and I just recently saw that, and someone recommended it, and I don't remember who it was, which is shameful. And it's like this thing of, oh, I think it was Steph Bora. Maybe it was Steph Bora. Where she kind of explained it like, in the book she shares like dating stories, like dating fails, and you know, all that kind of stuff, and you think it's like about like romantic like relationship love on like a first glance, but the bottom line is, and it's about friendship obviously, the bottom line is no matter what happens she always comes back to her friends. If it's like debrief with friends, or you know, date was shitty, phone call to the best friend like being sad, or like all that kind of stuff. And it just shows like how, honestly, I feel like a lot of women feel this way, and if you don't, I feel a tad bit sorry for you. How much love we feel and receive through female friendships. Like, I would never ever in my life want to give up my like really good like girly friendships. Like, that's a different thing. And I had a conversation about this with a friend, I don't know, 4 or 5 months ago maybe, how like guy relationships, like guy friendships sometimes are so different to, or like most of the time are so different to like girl friendships, and how like girl friendships are like so often so deep, and it's like this genuine kind of love you have for your friends. And I feel like a lot of guys will never, and I feel sorry for them as well, will never experience that sort of love and friendship, you know. I feel like if you're like a girl that has like very good girl friendships, you will know what I mean. So yeah, I wanted to have this, and like I said, if I don't see it for too long, I will forget about it. And I forgot about it almost, and then I stumbled across it on the website, and I was like, oh my god, that was the book I just like recently thought about having. And so I did, and I'm so excited to read this. It's not that big as well, it's like 220-30 pages, and then honestly the writing is kind of like big, like not super big, but like it's bigger than I thought it would be. So this might be a quick read as well. So excited, honestly, so excited. Love my friendships, like all of my friendships, but like specifically my like girl friendships. So yeah. And then we have Fix the System, Not the Women, because like a little feminist moment came out. I've seen this a couple times, I've never paid too much attention to it, and I don't know, with everything that is going on in the world right now, and I'm not political, because I feel like that is a stupid concept. You cannot be not political. Like, even if you don't care about politics, that's still in a way a statement, which makes it political. Anyway, let's not get too deep into that. This is not like a politics situation here, but with everything that's going on in the world, and I mean not just right now and recently, but like generally, but I feel like it gets like worse every single day. So I feel like it has been the time for us as women to like find our place, find our spot. Well, thank you to my camera and having like a 20-25 minute limit, which I always forget about. We got interrupted, but let's get back to this. With the state of the world and everything that's going on each day, and how it's getting like worse, it feels like every single day, it is time to stand up for ourselves and be educated. I feel like that is something people forget, not just women, but like generally people forget it's important to be educated, because that is something people cannot take away from you, and which is so important. Because if I have to have like a debate with a person that is stupid and uneducated and kind of like things what they believe is a fact, like in their world it's a fact, I will, I don't know, probably, I was about to say jump off a cliff, but that's a bit extreme, but like I cannot do it anymore, honestly. And I'm not the smartest person, I don't know everything. You don't have to know everything, but like at least know a little bit and know the basics. So yeah, I've seen this a couple times and thought about getting it, and so now I did. I also love the cover, like the colors. I mean, it's not just about that, but like, you know, we do still love aesthetics over here. And this also says like with a brand new chapter, so we'll see how it goes. It's not that big, and yeah, honestly, so excited to see what's in there. And I feel like a lot of the things I'll probably know anyway, because like it's kind of like a day-to-day experience as a woman, but you know, still love to hear other people's takes on that kind of stuff. And yeah, be educated, folks, read a little more. And also, I mean, I do love to read for fun, no questions asked, but I feel like every once in a while read something educational. So we come to the last book, and I have read this book before, and this is my second copy now, but I've seen this a couple weeks ago and I was enamored, like in love instantly. And it's a hardcover, and you know I never really get hardcover books, and they are also more expensive, and honestly I just love a paperback. But I knew I needed to get this book, but I was like a cheap little bitch kind of, so I didn't get it. And then with the, like, I think it was like not on sale, but I think it was like a little bit cheaper, and then the 15% off, I knew I had to get this, and so I did. And it is Beach Read, which also kind of got a little dirty, which I do hate. I hope I can like get rid of this. Which is Beach Read by Emily Henry in like the limited, I don't know if it's limited actually, it's like a special edition version, and the colors are so pretty, like the gold rating and everything about this I just love. And the spine is so pretty as well. It's not focusing again. There we go. And the back has like those little flowers and everything, and it's so pretty. And that's like just the dust jacket, and it's got this kind of like sunsetty, what is that called? I don't know, I forgot the word. When like the paper is colored, I don't know. So we take off the dust jacket, and we have two more things, actually more, probably more than two more things. The bid is like a continuation of like the front and back inside the book, so pretty. And without the dust jacket, the book itself is just like yellow. It got written by Emily Henry here in gold letters as well. Probably not gonna focus. Ah, there we go. So pretty. Like the font is so pretty. And on the front it has a quote from the book. And the funny thing is, when I first unwrapped this, I was talking to one of my friends and kind of like told her about the books, and I didn't really pay attention to what is on here. I was just like, oh, that's probably gonna be the title and like whatever. And same thing for like the front, I was like, it's probably gonna say Beach Read by Emily Henry, so I didn't really read it. I was just like, that's probably what's on there. And then I took like an actual closer look, and it says, I feel overwhelmed that you exist, and if you have read this book you will remember this quote. And I think that is so sweet and so cute. And like the flowers you have on the back here, it's like with the quote, and it is so pretty. Like everything about this book, I just love it. And I think this will probably be like one of my favorite copies of a book I've ever had. And it is very rare for me to get like the special edition, because like honestly half the time the price is kind of like, why am I paying 25, 30, sometimes more like buckaroonies for a book? Am I rich like that? No. And honestly a lot of the time also sometimes I just don't like the special edition. Like I don't think it's that pretty sometimes, and so I usually never get those. But with this one, like I needed to have this, and now I do, and it was the best choice I've made, and it was so worth it. And also I don't know where I'm gonna place this, because I feel like I want this to like just be somewhere, just this alone. Like look at this nice little centerpiece. But yeah, I have to see where I put it, because this shelf is kind of packed and the rest is as well. I mean, you've seen my, maybe you've seen my bookshelf like redo, and I'll find a good spot for it. But yeah, honestly I just love this. This is so pretty. I just love it. Honestly, this is it. I just love this. So yeah, I had to get it and I did, and I'm so happy I did. But yeah, that was all of my books. I don't even know how many that were. Like 5 new ones, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 14. I think 14 books. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. Honestly, I thought like I wanted to give you this video as like the last one before Christmas, kind of like a present to myself, because honestly I consider this a Christmas present to myself, an early one. But honestly I couldn't wait to show you, and I thought like even if it's very last minute, maybe one of you guys is gonna see like a book they like and it's like, oh, I might get this for myself. So yeah, I wanted to take that chance kind of, and I just needed to get the word out there. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Excuse how I sound again, and I'll see you in the next video.